swimming.
I was always holding back.
Until you needed to go. Time for event number 7, which means it's the women's 200-metre freestyle, and we're going to have a couple in this one. A couple of heats. 2 heats will take place. So,
And just like that, we are already on the last 2 events of the morning. 200-meter freestyle women. It will be a bit longer.
they don't mess around when it comes to the heats in the mornings and the events anywhere, do they? I've noticed this over the years, that in the mornings when the heats come, bang, 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 everybody wants to get through them so that they can go and rest, go and recover, go and get the right nutrition, the right food to prepare for the evening.
Totally. I think the swimmers in the morning have one goal. They want to get into the finals, and once they do that, they want to get back as quickly, rest up, eat, and get ready for the finals.
I'll ask you a bit later on, how taxing is it having to work so hard in the morning, then going back and coming back in the evening?
We'll talk about it later.
I'll throw that one at you in a bit, because obviously we've now got this first heat of the women's 200 metres. Jazlene Tan is in this. There is just 2 S5 athletes. That's in lane 1, Angel Otom from the Philippines, and lane 7, Walasini. Everyone else is S14, but we've got the young 16-year-old Mexican, Juanes Galvan, in lane number 3 as well.
I mean, again, as you talk about freestyle, you can do anything you want. So in lane number 7, you see the swimmer from Thailand has chosen to use a backstroke for this race. Could be comforting, or it could be practice for the upcoming races.
Otom's the same as well, over in lane number 1, the 21-year-old, but on the turn, and looking good and looking strong are the pairing in the middle. Maria Maleshko is in lane number 2, who's come through there on that turn. It was a very good turn and a very good second leg from her. 100 metres to go. Cheong Soo-ki from Hong Kong. She's in close attendance along with Tong Yi An. Just trailing back a little bit is Tan, Jazlene Tan. This one's going to be close because all the athletes that are in the middle, it's the 2 on the outside lanes, Wulasini and Otom, that are S5s. Everybody else is S14. That's why it is pretty close.
All the swimmers are rather close together, for a 200-meter race. You can see clearly some swimmers pulling forward a little bit. And we have our swimmers trying to keep up with each other.
Did you push to try and get a lead and then ease off if it was a morning session and you were doing one of the events?
I think there's always a fine balance, right? Trying to not put in every 100% effort into your swim, but also not try to get out of qualification for finals. Some people may, it's all about training, I say. You have to train to be able to do pacing. You have to know how fast you're going. Because if you go too slow, you get out of the finals, and then it's like your coach is going to have to speak to you about that.
Whoops.
But it's also not about giving everything in the heats, for sure. You want to make sure you have a little bit of gas left.
The Chong it was that has touched first. The numbers will go down, but are they going down quickly enough for these girls to push and be credible to go all the way through? Maleshko is not that far behind Chong. Got the Chinese Taipei athlete as well, Tong Yi An. 2:27 she has swam before. She swam exactly the same. In fact, she swam almost half a second quicker, so that's the best time for her ever in the pool. So it's things like that, particularly in a warm-up event, that will please your coach. Knowing that you could give a little bit more and you've beaten your personal best. You can't do any more than that.
Yeah, I think all the swimmers always look forward to bettering their times, right? And I think when you end and you touch the wall, you look up in the boards, that first time you see your timings is something that we all look forward to. For better or worse.
Yeah, if it's the right time.
If it's a good time.
But you know when you're swimming if you've had a good swim or whether you've been just slightly off it, because it's your life. It's what you do day in, day out, the training, the routine, the regimen that you strictly follow. You'll know if you've pushed it that little bit more or if you haven't made that time.
I'll be honest, to me, I never know until I see the wall. I give what I have, right? But I think sometimes it's about you just don't think so much in the pool, and so you don't know for sure. So until you turn around.
I'm loving that. That was absolutely the perfect answer. It really, really was. So there's confirmation of Heat 1. Jazlene Tan coming in right at the end there as well. But we're going